Thank you so much for watching my videos. Now today is, what is today? Today's Wednesday, and I actually was supposed to go to Dollar Tree and do a walkthrough. I usually do it on Wednesdays, but I got so caught up in work. They're painting and remodeling, and we're moving our desk and our office, and it's just torturous. But I am going to go tomorrow. I have some time set aside to do that. But I definitely wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be doing that, my continuation on my nonprofit setup, like how I started, the steps you need to take. I did the first part. I owe you guys a second part, and that's going to come out on Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. But while I'm on here, I'm going to go ahead and say hello, and I'm going to answer some of those questions that I put on my community tab. You guys had questions, I have answers, so I'm just going to look up some of these questions. I'm looking at my computer right now to answer some of your burning questions that you had about me, just so you get to know me a little bit better. So let's see. I got 31 questions. Kind of excited. I think I answered a lot of them with the nonprofit questions you guys had, so I did that in a separate video because it's just a lot to go over. So I'd like to know where you got started on couponing. Most people don't start at such an extreme level. It's not too personal. How old are you? If you remember why your coupons were used. I think another fun question to answer. Okay, if there was a coupon for anything, this is from Chippy. She asked, I'd like to know where you started on couponing and how come I got to such an extreme level. I love to shop, and I was watching extreme couponing on Christmas break because I work in the aerospace industry. We're going to go over that question. I work in the aerospace industry, and aerospace industry shuts down their manufacturing, and they shut down, all the plants get shut down from December 24th, and then we go back to work on January 2nd. So I'm off for like almost 2 complete weeks, which is fantastic. I love it. And I ended up watching the show one day, actually. My husband works night. I ended up watching it one day. Didn't do nothing that entire day but watch like 20 episodes of extreme couponing. And I love free. I love discounts. I think it's in my blood. We've always been thrifty people in my family. So yeah, started watching that show, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I need to do this. I want to do it. And then yeah, that's pretty much how I got started, was watching that show and getting hooked. And then once I got my first 100% savings, it was pretty much all downhill from there. So that is, how I discovered couponing. I didn't, it was just a fluke thing. I don't know. And if I had a coupon for one free item, what would it be? I would say laundry soap. That's like usually my kryptonite. I'm always buying a ton of laundry soap because it's one of the best things to donate, especially like shelters and women's shelters and all that good stuff. Julius San Rios asked the same question. It was pretty much the extreme couponing show. I wanted to know if it was really true, if you can really do it. Don Perez, I kind of answered that question. There is a part 2 on how I started my nonprofit. Besides couponing and shopping hauls, is there anything else that you watch on YouTube? I watch all kinds of stuff. I watch bird videos. I like to watch DIY stuff, even though I am not very good at it. I like to watch hoarders on YouTube, like the hoarder show. I kind of feel like one once in a while, and I like watching that show. And that's pretty much it as far as like YouTube, what I usually watch. I usually watch like just miscellaneous random stuff that's on there. And that was from Lulu Hayes. Annette Ritchie's, I just love to read all the questions from the other written and to see your answers, but how long before you mastered couponing to turn it into saving money? You can hear Miss Daisy. I can't get her out. She doesn't want to come out. Let's see. I couponed. I started in January. By April, my stockpile was completely full. I think it took me like a month before the light bulb turned on, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I still make mistakes every now and then. I make quite a few mistakes, but you know, um, I think that's how I turned it into money savings. It just clicks. Like some people it takes a few weeks, some people it takes a month. It took me about a month before I started just rolling my extra care bucks and getting items really, really cheap. So I'd say about a month is what it took me. My question, how long have you been doing charity work and what are some of the charity names and do you go to outside charities? Thank you for all you do. Stephanie Ali asked me. So to answer your question, Stephanie, I've been doing charity work prior to couponing. So for a very long time, since I've been with my husband, nonprofit for 3 years. This will be my third year. And then prior to that, I was probably doing like charity, like toy drives and stuff for a long time. Because my husband's in a motorcycle club and motorcycle community tends to do a lot of work with charity. So they like to do toy drives, back to school drives, things like that. So we've always been doing that. I think we did that for like 2 or 3 years prior. So yeah, we've been doing charity a lot and we do go to outside charities. I have a small nonprofit, so working with outside charities is a great way to promote your nonprofit, one, and two, help other people in your community. So I definitely collaborate a lot with other nonprofits and we get together and we do a bigger event rather than one small event. So yes, I've collaborated with American Veterans Assistance Group, Cottonwood Church, and several others. God, so Sukasa, which is a battered women's shelter, the Ronald McDonald House, just a ton of different charities that we get involved with that we try to help or assist. So here's a good one. Fatima Castillo, what do you do at your job? And you tell us how to manage a nonprofit. So I work in the aerospace industry. We actually launch satellites from sea to space. We're the only company of its kind. I work in export compliance. Before that, I was a Marine agent. And what a Marine agent did was basically handle the day-to-day activities of these Marine crew. It's about 150 Marine crew that work on the vessels and sleep on the vessels. So I did everything from like making their doctor's appointments to ordering all the food and doing their cabin assignments where they're going to sleep, all that good stuff as airline, international, locally. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I recently moved to export compliance and now I'm an export compliance administrator. And what we do is we pretty much coordinate all of the Department of Justice and Department of Defense and all that good stuff, import, export items. Since you are working in the aerospace industry, there's a ton of regulations that have to be handled and managed. And that would basically go through me and I'm still learning and it's a lot. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God. So like technical assistance agreements, things like that. That would be, I'm the go-to girl for that. So yeah, I've been at my job for 14 years. So really like it. I was wondering how many kids and grandkids you have besides your stepdaughter Amanda, and if they all like to coupon as well. Nobody likes to coupon, not even David, Amanda. They go because they love me, but if it was their choice, they would be sleeping in, not going with me. I have Sarah. She is in her 30s and she's the one that has Lois and Lana, my 2 granddaughters. And then I have Josh, who is also in his 30s and he has 2 boys, baby Chris and Jordan. I don't talk about them as much as Amanda or Lois and Lana. Jordan, I'm pretty close with. He's 12 years old. So I have a hard time with boys, as you guys know. But I'm pretty hip, cool grandma, so they do love their grandma. But yeah, I do have 4 grandchildren. So yeah, not telling you guys my age though. No. You're not supposed to ask me that. Okay. I would like to know, this is from Paula Hicks. I would like to know if you've always lived in California and how did you and your husband meet? I had this question from a few of you guys. Yes, I'm a California girl, born and raised in California, lived here my whole life. And my husband and I met at work. I know that's like a total no-no. We were, well, we still are. We were best friends when we met. He was married and I was in a relationship. And I actually thought, this is a funny story. When I first met him, he was on a motorcycle. He had super duper long hair, like longer than mine. And he had this tattoo and it's like of a chain on his arm. And all I saw was AB. And I was like, I thought it was Aryan Brotherhood. I'm just being honest. And I was a little intimidated and scared of him because, you know, he just looked scary. He was this big biker dude with a huge tattoo that says AB with a chain around it. And I was like, I don't know about this guy. But a girl at work was like, no, he's the coolest guy ever. You just need to talk to him. He's really nice. So she took me over there, and little did I know he was the sweetest guy ever. And it's actually, the AB is AHB. You just can't really see the H. He's gotten it darkened since then, so you can see the H. It stands for Amanda Hope Brunick. He has all of his kids tattooed on him. So that's how I met my husband at work. He is my best friend, and he didn't want to date me. Did not want to date me because we were so close. He did not want to date me. And then finally I was like, well, then I'm gonna go date other guys. You know, you don't want to date me, that's fine. You know, I was a little hurt. I was like, really? You don't want to date me? Really? And finally he's just confessed, and he's like, yeah, I do want to date you. And I was like, I thought so. So, yeah, we started dating. He got a divorce. It was not because of me. Nothing was going on, anything like that. His relationship was pretty rocky. That's Amanda's mother. And they split up, and then he had a girlfriend. So it wasn't like immediately we started dating. He had a girlfriend for like a good 2 years. We were still best friends. And then I finally broke free of my horrible relationship, and we were still best friends, still talking every day, still hanging out every day. And then finally one day I was just like over my relationship, over that horrible traumatic experience. And I said, why aren't we dating? Like, what's going on with that? And he was like, no. And I was like, yeah. And then finally I got my way, and we started dating. And then I think like 2 years later he proposed. Well, I told him he was going to marry me. He didn't really have a choice. And then he proposed. So yeah, we've been together ever since. We have not been married that long, guys. We've only been married for 6 years. So dated for 2, and we've known each other since I've known Amanda since she was 9 years old. She was very little when I met her, and we were very close even when she was little. So yeah, worked out great for me, and I love him to death. He's like the best thing that ever happened to me. So hi Mel, this is from Emma Roscoe. I love RVs and trailers. Can we get an RV tour? My dad bought one when I was little, and I love playhouse in it. I do too. To go camping, I've always wanted one, but don't have the space for it. I do have an RV tour, and that is in my channel. I think it's with the like stockpile tours. Yeah, it's with the stockpile tour and a tour of my closet. So if you want to check that out, that is in my channel under the stockpile tours. It's in there. I do have a tour of the RV. It's nothing special. It's a little bit of an older coach, but I love it. Elsie Davies, I am new to your channel and want to know what drove you to coupon and to donate your stockpile to others. I answered that question on how I started my nonprofit, and I will link that in the community tab. What drove me to donate was the homeless man, and I'm not going to talk about it because every time I talk about it I start crying. So I will post that in the link if you want to check that out, and it's like how I started my nonprofit. What drove me to couponing was that show. That show catches everybody. Mel, I was wondering what made you start a YouTube channel, and how did you decide what to talk about? I started a YouTube channel was basically because I was starting to teach a course on couponing in my area. Well, it wasn't even in my area. It was like Riverside area, and I don't live in the Riverside area, so that was a drive for me. And then I kept getting calls and text messages, and then I would send an email notification, and then I'd send a text message with a video showing people what the deals are and sales and things they can do with this and that. And it was actually taking time away from my couponing, and it was taking time away from my nonprofit. So I was about to send an email telling people, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to do this any longer, as I'm watching a YouTube video. And I was like, I can post this on YouTube, and then these people, I could send them the link and they can just watch my video and still be able to get the deals. I'll still show people how to coupon, and it's a great way for me to promote my nonprofit. So that's what made me start my YouTube channel, was trying to promote my nonprofit and teaching people how to coupon in my area. So every time I ran into somebody, or I went to an event and they're like, oh, they usually have you talk about yourself, and then afterwards people come up to me like, can you teach me to coupon? So now I'd be like, oh yeah, definitely watch my channel, watch my beginner series, and you'll get it, you know? So that's what made me start my YouTube channel. The second part to this question was, how did I decide what to talk about? Well, it was easy because I love couponing and I love my nonprofit. So I went ahead, I wanted to incorporate that. So that's why I decided to start my YouTube channel, was basically to teach people how to coupon in my area. I had no idea other people would be watching. It just didn't register in my head. And yeah, that's pretty much why I started my YouTube channel. And then what I find to talk about is things that I'm passionate about. So passionate about couponing. I'm passionate about charity. I love making DIY baskets and, you know, different things. I love hauling clearance hauls. So as you find something you're passionate about and it'll show in your videos, then it's something that you should definitely look into doing. I answered my day job, answered how long we were married. Grandbabies live in Las Vegas, and I have one locally here. How do I manage my time for my videos each week? And that is from Lover for Coupon. I have no idea. I have no clue where this time comes from. Basically, I would say I record early in the morning. I record after work, and on Saturday I record. I try my best to record at least a video every day. It's not easy because it takes time to edit and cut and clip and post pictures and do it. It's not an easy process. I just don't know. I think God is good, and yeah, he gives me the time to do everything I want to do, which is really weird. Hey, Vargas asked the same question. How long does it take for you to edit your own videos? Yes, I do edit my own videos. Also, do I have fancy equipment? No. My husband offered to buy me a camera when I hit 10,000 subscribers, but I opted for a nicer iPhone because it's kind of weird taking a video camera inside of a store. I don't think they would like that very much, and an iPhone is less noticeable. And then I also have a GoPro, so I usually film on either the GoPro or my iPhone. No fancy equipment. Do you live near your own family, parents, siblings, if you have any? Yes, my mom lives probably about 20 minutes away, as long as my aunt. We're all local. We're not very far from each other. Do I have any siblings? No, I'm an only child. Have I always lived in California? Yes. My favorite holiday, I have to say Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day because I always get the best presents on Valentine's Day. Good stuff during Valentine's Day. I don't know what it is. I just love Valentine's Day. And I know my husband loves me 24 hours, 7 days a week, but Valentine's Day is just like, yay, it's Valentine's Day. I don't know what I'm going to get. It's kind of an exciting time for me. So I love Valentine's Day. Do I consider myself a religious person? Daisy's laughing at me. Yes. I don't talk about it that often. I mean, I say have a blessed day. I don't try to push my religion on anybody, but yes, we were baptized. We actually just got baptized. I was born and raised Catholic. So, yeah, this was my grandmother's and this is Jesus. So yeah, definitely, definitely a religious person. Definitely believe in God. Definitely believe in the power of prayer. So yes, I would say yes, I am a religious person. And I'm going to answer one more question. This is from Sandy Cholowaski. I know I butchered your name. I would like to know how long you've been involved with working with kids and doing the toy runs. Is this something you did before you met your hubby or something you started together? I love you both. You're extremely giving and loving. Thank you for all the wonderful things you do. That's actually all my husband. Like I said, he's in a motorcycle club, and they've always done this toy drive for the last 11 years. I've been involved with it for 11 years, and I absolutely love it. Recently took it over 2 years ago, as far as like doing everything involved with that toy drive, because it's on my nonprofit now. So I recently took it over, and I absolutely love it. I love that event. It is like one of my major events, and I absolutely enjoy it and love it. And I love kids, so it's something we love doing. It just makes us feel good. So that is everything that I wanted to answer on this series, but I have more questions. I'm definitely going to answer every single one of them. If you guys have more that you're curious about, definitely post a comment in my community tab. You'll see that post on there. Just post a comment and I will get to it as soon as possible. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. Thank you all so much for watching my videos. And remember, if you like these videos, please remember to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!